we have made it to the final film in the Mexico Macabre set, which is number 384 in the Indicator series, and that is The Curse of the Crying Woman. Now, this set has had some ups, some downs, and I've been hoping to finish it on a strong note, and we really did here with a film that I really enjoyed. The start of this one, you see a stagecoach carrying a few people to whatever destination they're going to. Doesn't matter, because they're not going to get there. Within the forest there is the crying woman, a kind of haunting figure, and a man with a couple of feral dogs looking to just tear anything living apart. And they attack the stagecoach, kill them. And thus begins the curse of the crying woman. With a family curse. And one of the things that I really enjoyed was the fact that the crying woman is a main character here. She is waiting on her granddaughter to arrive, Amelia, who turns up with her new husband, Jamie, who she didn't let on anything about to her aunt. And she is just welcomed with open arms into this house. But there's something weird, something a little bit different, something unusual going on with the house and with their aunt. She seems very similar to the last time they saw her. Even though it was years ago, she hasn't seemed to have aged a day.
Desde que era muy niña te recuerdo tal como estás ahora. Por ti parece no haber pasado el tiempo.
She's the same woman she knew. And that's where a lot of the promises come from on this one. And it takes some interesting avenues, I would say, because very early on we have our woman, the crying woman, who has this curse in her, getting ready to pass it on, to move it on, and it becomes an almost convincing act of this woman discovering. Amelia discovers what it means to become the crying woman, the toll it will take on her. But do you know what? At the end of it, there is untold power and riches. She just has to do some really reprehensible things to get there, something that she kind of worries and toils with. And it's nice to see that kind of ambiguity in someone who knows what's wrong, doesn't want to do it, but almost feels as if it's a destiny that's pulling her towards that.
Renuncié a todos los bienes del mundo, destruí el amor y aniquilé cuanto significara el bien. Pero tengo el poder y tendré más y más. Gracias a ti.
You have the crying woman, the La Lorna herself, who is at a state in her life where she has so much power and wants to pass on to be kind of free. She's achieved everything she wants to achieve, wants to push this on so that she can help her deity come back to life. And it's just a really kind of fun story that almost plays out with real kind of emotional impact, which some of the other movies in this set have been missing. And of course, the filming techniques are really terrific, like they have been in some of the other movies, particularly miniatures, and a scene of destruction at the end, which is really great. It is missing a good bit of tension. There are some moments of horror, there's some moments of interplay that are really kind of fun, but I never felt as if there was anything really at major stake here. I kind of knew where the characters were going to go, so there was no real tension there for me to latch on to. The effects were great. The kind of story of these women who turn their back on family, who turn their back on a regular life to achieve something different, and all the tolls that it takes, particularly with partners. There's a nice little side story with that comes out into the movie. And ultimately, it was a nice, differing change of pace for this set, and one that I feel finished the set off greatly. Really enjoyed this one. Curse of the Crying Woman, last movie in the Mexico Macabre set, and a really fun and enjoyable one. And I would love to know your thought on this one and the entire set as a whole. How would you rank the movies in this one? For me, it's probably The Black Pit of Dr. M, number 1, The Curse of the Crying Woman, number 2, The Witch's Mirror 3, and The Brainiac, a lowly 4th in this set for me. But hey, drop me your list. Let me see if we can compare notes on this. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, mandyfilm.com, and always you can support me. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.